Hi there, I'm Philippa from Kawartha Quilting and Sewing in Bethany, Ontario, and we would like to show you a demo today of Kimberbell's November Fill in the Blank, our Cheers wine bag. So we're going to go through the process, show you how to do it, and maybe you can follow along with us. If you would like to do this, you're going to need the blank velvet bags, and it comes in a set of 2. You can order these on our website or come in our shop to get them. If you would like to make it exactly like the picture or the demo that we have there, then you're going to need the gold and silver embroidery leather. You need sticky back wash away stabilizer and a wash away topping to go on this, and I'll explain why this is used as we go along. We have a few fun thread colors. We're using glide thread here today. We are just about ready to go. So when you order these blanks, you get emailed the design for it, and with those design is also the instructions that come with it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to load on our machine a crosshairs pattern that's going to help us find the center and where we're going to line up this bag. We have the sticky back stabilizer. I have just put it on there, the paper, and scored the paper. Take the paper off. So now I don't have to worry about trying to hoop the bag. It's all a sticky surface and it's going to attach to it there for us. First we're going to take our wine bag, and as the instructions say, we're folding it in half so that we find the middle, and then we are folding it from the left side into the middle. You can see 3/4 of the bag is here and another quarter's over here, so that's going to tell us where that fold line is going to be along here. Then we're going to fold the bag in half, and we're going to find the center that way, and then you're going to measure down from that center point 2 inches, and this is where our final fold is going to be, and we'll fold that up from the bottom. And I think if I show it right here, Zach, does it show how it's folded now?
Yep.
Okay, so you can see this is the one fold line and this is the other fold line here. So when I have my hoop, first of all, I'm going to stitch the crosshair on it so that I have that to line up to. I just have white thread in here. If you want it to be more visible, just use a more visible thread. That pattern part of it is done. So now we're going to take our bag and we're going to put that point right where the crosshairs meet. We'll fold that down there. I can now take out my pin. I'll fold it from the bottom. So my horizontal line is matched up there, and then I'm going to fold this open and smooth it down on my stabilizer. So now it's all ready to embroider. So when we have this, you want to make sure that you don't have anything underneath. So now I'm going to load the other pattern that's going to do the cheers part and all of our fun words. The first step it's going to do is the placement line for our silver leather. I've got white thread on here, so you should be able to see it pretty easily. So this is showing us exactly where we want to place the leather. We want to make sure that we have it covering all these letters for sure. Now we're going to take our silver leather and just place it over top of those letters, making sure that they're completely covered. And we'll just put a piece of tape in there to hold it down, make sure it doesn't shift on us. Okay, that's going to stay put there. I'm going to change out my thread for this, because whatever thread color we do now is going to show up. And I'm going to use navy as a contrast color on this silver. Today we're using our Luminaire 2 by Brother. Pretty awesome machine with its camera and projector and a fantastic needle threader. My favorite part. Okay, away we go. There, it's done all the tack down lines, and now I just have to do the trimming of the leather. This will take a few minutes. I'm using our Kimberbell scissors. Now we have all of our letters cut out. Now in a lot of the Kimberbell files that are fabric applique, they have SVG files as well that you can use with your Scan and Cut or Cricut, things like that. For the leather, unfortunately, you can't really use one of those just because you don't have any satin stitch or anything on top and margin of error there. So the leather ones you have to cut out manually. So we can put this back in. Okay, now it's going to do a placement line for our gold leather. Now I'm going to change my thread to gold thread. The nice thing about the glide cones is the bottom snaps down. You can wind your end of your tail in there and snap it back, and your tail won't get lost. And I'm going gonna stick my piece of leather down, stick it right over top of that placement line there, and away we go. Okay, we'll take this out, trim this piece of leather now. Okay, we've got our piece of leather nice in there. So the next step, it's going to do some decorative stitching on this leather. Keep checking those tails every time you put it in and out so they don't get underneath. Actually, I think they want us to change this to a different color. So I'm just going to put white back in here. You can have some fun with these colors though. Switch them up a little bit if you like. These make nice hostess gifts. Last minute present, you want to stick a bottle of wine in there and take with you. Just adds a little something extra. It's a cute little party hat. Okay, we're going to put the gold back in, and it's going to do a little bit of decorative stuff on top of that. And while it's stitching, I'm going to cut our washable topping that we need for the next section. Okay, now the washable topping looks a little bit like a saran wrap or something, so you want to make sure that your hands are not wet when you're touching this, because it'll kind of dissolve in your hands. And what this does is it prevents the stitches from sinking down into the nap of the velvet. They'll stand up on top a little bit better. So I'm just going to take this out a second and we'll put it in place over top of what we've just done. If you didn't use this, the letters might sink in more and you wouldn't be quite as visible for you. And you go to all that work, you want to see them. Okay, so our topping's ready to go. And this will peel off afterwards, most of it. And then what doesn't peel off, you can always dampen a bit and get rid of the rest. So now it's going to stitch the words to the new year. You can decide which color you want to use for this. I'm going to leave the gold in. So it's done those words. Now it's going to do some decorative stars and confetti. I'm going to leave the gold in. Not much left. So we're going to change color this time, and I think we'll put a blue in here. It's a pretty quick project to whip up for a nice little hostess gift. Just a couple little more blue spots going on here. Time to change the thread again. Kimberbell really takes the guesswork out of these projects because they lay everything out for you. They tell you what stabilizers to use. They make suggestions for threads. And their instructions are excellent. It's time for the pink. And I've used rhododendron this time. Just another minute of this color. It's our last color change. And we'll put white on as our final color here. So if you're new to embroidery and you want to try something that's simple, has it all laid out for you, this is a great project to start with. And if you love Kimberbell projects, we have pretty much their full selection here and all of their accessories like scissors and tape dispensers and vinyls and just about everything Kimberbell we have in stock. I believe that's our last stitch. And there's that part. The embroidery is all done on this. So we can take the hoop out, and I'll just show you here. We can just take off this topping, and it rips away fairly easily. You can take some tweezers and pull out some of the pieces in between, and you can also just dampen it a little bit where those spots are and it'll dissolve. Just be careful with the velvet, you don't want to get it very wet. So I prefer to use tweezers with the velvet. So there's our finished embroidery. So that can come out of the hoop. And on the back, you'll see the sticky back stabilizer. You just need to trim it fairly close to where the stitches are. And then you're going to put your right sides together of your bag. The beauty of these bags is they're finished really nicely along the selvage with a nice serged overlock stitch on there, so it's no fraying or anything's going to happen. Pin this and then sew the edges, and then you're going to make nice little box corners on this, matching up your seam and measuring down about 1 inch, sewing across, and then this will get clipped off on both sides. And then you'll turn it back inside out and you'll have nice box corners like on this bag here. And that's the end of the project. So you would like any of these projects or like more information, please go to our website at kawarthaquiltingandsewing.com or visit us on our Facebook page. We also have YouTube. You can watch these videos over again, and Instagram on there as well. So all kinds of ways of being able to reach us and interacting with us. So we'd love to have you join us. Let's see your wine bags that you've made. Maybe you can post them on our Facebook page, share them with us. We'd love to see them. Have a great day and join us next month for the December fill in the blank. We'll be doing a demo video for that as well. Take care.